Hey everybody, this is Dallas Copsey with MLMS Tech Institute, here to go over formatting contacts with you. So in this training, we'll start out in the Excel spreadsheet. Hopefully yours looks somewhat like this. There probably may be a bunch of additional fields, but what I'm going to go over are the requirements for your Excel spreadsheet and the information you need to have for it to be uploaded into your eEdge database. So to start off, you will need a first and a last name. Those are required. Other than that, in addition to it, you will need either an email address or a full physical address. You don't have to have both, just one or the other, in addition to the first and the last name. Now what I'm going to be showing you is how to scrub through these contacts and doing it efficiently so that you don't need to go line by line through hundreds or possibly thousands of contacts. And as you can see in this Excel spreadsheet, there are bits of missing information in the main columns that I told you are required. First name, last name, email, and the address. But as I mentioned, the email and address are an either or. You don't need to have both. So for example, if you look at these two, one is missing the email, the other is missing the physical address. But both of them are still eligible because they have one or the other. To start your scrubbing, we're going to go ahead and click the top left corner of the Excel spreadsheet to highlight every row and column. Once we do so, you'll click Data at the top. When you click Data, it'll show a whole new row of functions for you to choose from. Of those functions, we're going to click Filter right towards the center. Once you've clicked Filter, you'll notice that there are drop-down arrows at the top of each of the columns. Once you click on the drop-down arrow, you will see a foreground window pop up where you can sort ascendingly from A to Z. You can also do it descendingly from Z to A, but we do it from A to Z here. So once you do that, you can go ahead and close that out and scroll to the bottom of your contact list. Once you do, you'll notice that every contact without a first name is going to be grouped down here at the bottom. So that way, you don't need to go line by line to see which ones don't have a name. What you can do is put in first name in the first name column if you'd like to keep all the contact information, or you can delete them all by clicking and dragging along the number column of all the ones that don't have the information needed and delete. Alternatively, if you don't like either of those options, you can click the plus sign at the bottom, add a second sheet, and copy and paste all inadequate contact information to a separate sheet to save and go through later. Alright, so now that that portion's done, from here it's basically rinse and repeat. So this time, instead of clicking first name, we're going to click the filter drop down for last name, alphabetize it ascendingly, close that out, go back down to the bottom, and at the bottom again you'll see all of the contacts that don't have a last name. So we'll go ahead and click and drag along the number line of all of them that aren't qualified and delete. Again, rinse and repeat. You can do this again for the email column as well as the address column. Now, as I delete all these boxes that I have no idea how long they've been there, the reason that we highlight all of the columns and the rows the way I did by clicking that top corner is if I were to just highlight, let's say for example, the email and ascend it and only have the email column highlighted, it would then mix and match all of the emails and contact information, so none of them would be correct. As you can see here, all of these do not have an email, but they do have a full physical address, so all of these remaining contacts are eligible to be uploaded into eEdge. Now let's say for example, of the contacts remaining, you still have 200 or 300 contacts with no email, but some of them have a physical address. What you can do from this point is highlight all the remaining contacts that don't have an email, but some may have the physical address, click filter, and then click filter again. And then what you do is just alphabetize those ascendingly, and then any remaining contacts that don't have an address will be filtered to the bottom, and you'll know those do not have an email or a full physical address. Well, at this point we are done scrubbing, so you go ahead and save your Excel spreadsheet to make sure you don't lose what you've done. But we're not completely done yet. There's still one more thing we need to do, that being going into your mykw.com account and downloading the Excel spreadsheet that's properly formatted to copy all of your information onto before uploading it into your eEdge database. And to do so, you're going to go into your mykw.com account and you're going to go to the eEdge control panel and click View Contacts. Once your page loads, you're going to go towards the top left where it says Contacts, go into the drop down, and click on Import Export. Once you're in the Import Export section, you're going to go to Type of File and select the Basic Contact List. Once that's selected, right below it you'll see a button that says Download Basic Contact List Template. Once you click it, it'll instantly start the downloading process. Alright, so the last and final step for formatting your contacts is getting your contact info from the Excel spreadsheet that you exported from wherever that may be over to the Excel spreadsheet that you downloaded from your eEdge database. So to do so, there's a few ways to go about it. One is if you can see first name matchup. So you could just click on the top box of that column, go to the bottom, hold shift and click. It'll highlight it, and then you hit command, or if you're doing this on a PC, control and C. It's going to copy, and you'll see this line right here is dotted and it looks like it's going in a circle around this box. That means it's copied. You click in the other column and then hit command or control V to paste, and you're good. The alternative of that is, if you are able to, get your contact information formatted as far as the columns to match up as much as you can with the downloaded Excel spreadsheet from eEdge. You can click on this top box, go down to the bottom, and let's say you wanted to get just the first name, last name, and email. You could shift click here and highlight those, but everything matches up all the way to zip, so we're going to shift click at the bottom of the zip code column and it highlights everything. And then again, control or command C, and then you go ahead, click into the other column, top left, and control or command V, and it's perfect. Everything lines up, first name, last name, emails, and then full physical address. You're good. You go ahead and save it. And what I normally do when I go to save something is, if you pulled this contact list, the one that we originally started with, from, let's say, Gmail, you save it as Gmail contacts. When you save this one, I normally save it as Gmail contacts for eEdge. That way I can see a difference in the title that's very clear, so I know which contact list to upload into my eEdge database or any CRM that you're going to be using. So that pretty much covers it for this training. And as always, if you did enjoy this video and got some information from it, feel free to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, so that you can go ahead and get updates whenever we release new information that may be able to help you with your job.